is a student. Noun of the sentence, it is auxiliary verb. I is article. Student. Complement. Next sentence, he. What is he? He is replaced with the John. It is a pronoun. He is a nice boy. He is a pronoun. He is the boy. Once again, he is there. He is a pronoun. Auxiliary verb, article, boy is noun. Who, what is who here? Who is also one pronoun. Who got possession? Who is a pronoun? What? He got possession. What is what? What is also one pronoun. Okay, this is the result code. Now see, this is the result code. What is this here? This is also one pronoun. Okay, who is she beside him? Once again, who is there? Who is also another pronoun. What kind of pronoun it is? Okay, she is Hina. She is also another pronoun. Okay, that car is hers. That car is hers. What is hers here? Hers is also one pronoun. Okay, John and Hannah knew each other. What is each other here? Each other is another pronoun here. Someone is shouting. What is someone? Someone is also one pronoun in the sentence. Okay, I wrote this sentence as myself. What is myself here? Now, I, we know. I is a pronoun. Wrote verb. These sentences, myself. What is myself? That is a pronoun. I myself. Once again, I is there is a pronoun. Myself. The place we have changed. I myself wrote these sentences. Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we are going to study about kinds of pronouns. The kinds of pronouns. These are the sentences that we have studied. Within the sentences, there are so many pronouns. Do not get confused. Very quickly and easily, I will tell you all the kinds of pronouns within the sentences that I have marked them over here. So you will learn them if you watch them till end of the video. So keep watching until end of the video and you will learn pronouns with the kinds very easily. Okay, everybody, as I mentioned, John is a student. This is first sentence. Now, John is the subject of the sentence and John is a noun. Subject and it is noun. It is the auxiliary verb. I is the article. Student is a complement and noun it is here. So now, John is a noun. Okay. Next sentence, we have talked about the same person, about the John. Now, here we have not used John. We have used the word he. What is he? He is a pronoun which is used in place of noun. So pronouns are the words which are used in place of noun to remove the repetition. Now, what kind of pronoun is he? He is called subjective personal pronoun. It is subjective personal pronoun. Now, where is subjective personal pronoun? There are 7 subjective personal pronouns, like he, she, it, they, I, we, and they are subjective personal pronouns. Subjective personal pronouns. Why we call them subjective personal? Because they are used in place of person. That's why we call them subjective personal pronouns. And they are used as a subject of the sentence. Whenever we use noun in the subject, in place of them, if we use pronoun, so we use this kind of pronouns, which are called subjective personal pronouns. So there are 7. He, she, it we use for singular third person pronoun. Three-person pronouns are there: first person, second person, and third person. Okay, so he, she, it, singular third person. They is used for plural. Plural third person. I is and we. I and we is used for first person pronoun, and you is used for second person pronoun. So three-person pronouns are there, I and we, that if I'm singular, I, if I'm plural, then we will come. If I'm more than one, then we will come. You are listening to me, so you are the second person. He, she, it, third person singular. They for plural, he, she, it for singular. That's personal pronoun, which are used as a subject of the sentence. Okay. The next one, we'll go to the next one now. He is the boy. Again, he is there, so he is a subjective personal pronoun. Is the auxiliary verb, the is article, and boy is a noun. Now, another word we have who. What is who here? Who is also one a pronoun. What kind of pronoun it is? It is called relative pronoun. Okay, who. What is relative pronoun? Is from the name you can understand a pronoun which relate to another noun. So now see here, who is showing a relation of the next preceding noun, boy. So relative pronouns are relating with the noun, or I should say relative pronouns are the pronouns which are used to join two clauses. We have two clauses here. This is the first clause, this is another clause. So relative pronouns are connecting to clauses. I hope you've understood. So there are who, whom, that, which, and whose. They are called relative pronouns. These are the relative pronouns. So who and whom we use for the person. That is also sometimes used for the person, for thing, for animals, for all of them we can use that. Who is used for the person, whom is also used for the person, which is used for things, okay, and whose also we use for showing possession of something. So relative pronouns are used to relate the noun, or relative pronouns are used to connect the two clauses. We call them relative pronouns. Okay, we'll move now to the next one. What? He got position. Now here, what is what? Over here, who is a relative pronoun, but what about what? What is working here as a pronoun? But what kind of pronoun it is? There is a difference because we have used exclamation mark here. So what is an exclamatory pronoun? We call it exclamatory pronoun. Now, what is exclamatory pronoun? Exclamatory pronouns are the pronouns which shows our sudden emotion or sudden surprise it shows. Like for example, here we said, he is the boy who got first position. Now who is relating? Okay, what? Here what? He got first position. It is showing our sudden feeling, and it is used as a pronoun. What is used as a pronoun? So any pronoun which shows our sudden feeling, we call it exclamatory pronoun. And there is only one word exclamatory pronoun, that is what. Got it? Okay, we'll move to the next sentence. This is the result caught. Now see, it is another sentence. This is the result caught. Here, what is this? This is also talking now about he got possession. Possession is noun. This is the result caught. Now this is referring to the result caught. So this is a pronoun. What kind of pronoun it is? It is a demonstrative pronoun. We call it demonstrative pronoun. Now, how we call it demonstrative pronoun? From the meaning you should understand, okay? Demonstrate means to point out something. Any pronoun which will point out something, we call them demonstrative pronoun. So this is a demonstrative pronoun which is pointing out the result got. So there are four demonstrative pronouns. This, that, these, and those. This is used for the singular, near thing, something which is near. Okay, and that is used for things, singular for things. Okay, those also we use for the far, and this also we use for the near thing. These for plural and those for plural for things. That's called demonstrative pronoun. Okay, now we will move to the next sentence, who. Once again, there is another word, who, like this, WH word, like this what. This is also a WH word, and this is also WH word. Now, who is she beside him? Over here, what is who? Who is also a WH word, but what is the function? What kind of pronoun it is? It is also a pronoun. Who is she beside him? It means it is demonstrating to the pronoun or noun. So what kind of pronoun it is? It is called interrogative pronoun. We call it interrogative pronoun. Now, how it is interrogative pronoun? How it is an interrogative pronoun? So interrogative itself means interrogation, when we ask question. So any pronoun which is used for asking question, we call them interrogative pronouns. Okay, so interrogative pronouns are only 5. Who, these are the 5 interrogative pronouns. So as I mentioned, now, okay, so over here a question might raise in your mind, okay, that the same words we have used for relative pronoun also, and for exclamatory pronoun also. Only what, for example, here, okay. Now the difference is this, okay, that is it showing any relation? Relative pronoun is showing relation. Now here, this who, is it showing any relation? Or is it showing any surprise, sudden emotion? No. Interrogative pronouns are used to interrogate. They are used to interrogate. They are used to ask question. So there are only 5 interrogative pronouns: who, whom, what, whose, and which. These are the interrogative pronouns. So whenever you use them inside your sentence, you have to follow the formula. Okay, so we call them WH pronoun also. Okay, so you have to use the WH pronoun or interrogative pronoun plus auxiliary verb. You have to use, okay, then after that you have to use verb or rest of the sentence. For example, this formula you have to use, you have to keep in mind, okay, that this is the formula you have to use. In that sense, we can call them interrogative pronoun. As I mentioned here, okay, who is she beside him? So who is working here as a interrogative pronoun. Okay, we'll move to the next sentence, she. She is Hina. Now she is Hina. She is again working as a pronoun, which we call subjective personal pronoun. Okay, that car is hers. Now that car and this, as I mentioned, this and that, we call them demonstrative pronoun, the pronouns which are used to demonstrate something. But here we have used the same word at the beginning of the sentence. After that, a noun has come. What do you think? Is it also a pronoun? It is not a pronoun because it is used before the noun to modify that noun. So if these words are used before the noun, we call them demonstrative adjective. Here it is working as a pronoun. Over here it is working as an adjective. So we cannot call it a pronoun. It is a demonstrative adjective. Okay, that car is hers. Now this her, hers. Okay, what is this? It is also a pronoun. What kind of pronoun it is? It is a possessive pronoun. Now what is possessive pronoun? Any pronoun which shows possession. We call them possessive pronouns. So possessive pronouns are, for example, subjective pronouns are I, we, then you is there, he, okay, then she, or for example, it, and they. They are the subjective personal pronoun. What are the possessive pronoun of them? Because they are used as an object of the sentence, okay, or as complement of the sentence. Sometimes they are used. So we, I will be mine. Mine is the possessive pronoun of I. Okay, so we, the possessive pronoun is ours. Okay, if it is you, then yours. He, possessive pronoun is his. She, the possessive pronoun is hers. It, possessive pronoun is its. They, possessive pronoun is theirs. Okay, we'll move to the next one. John and Hina knew each other. Now, what is each other here? John is noun, conjunction. Hina is another noun. It is the main verb, each other. What is each other? Each other is also one pronoun. What kind of pronoun it is? We call it this pronoun as a reciprocal pronoun. Now, what is a reciprocal pronoun? Reciprocal means, the meaning of reciprocal is done in result. It means when two persons or more than two persons are performing the same action at the same time, and the outcome and benefit will be on both of them. So in that case, we use reciprocal pronouns. Like John and Hina knew each other. Both of them are performing the same action. So there are two reciprocal pronouns, each other and one another. Each other is used for two persons. If it is two persons, we use each other. If it is more than two persons, okay, if it is more than two persons, we use one another. For example, they were blaming one another, more than two persons, or they were shouting at one another. So we use one another. We call them reciprocal pronouns. We will move to the next one now. Someone is shouting. Now, what is someone here in this sentence? Someone is shouting. This someone is replacing the person. Now, this is also called pronoun. Now, what kind of pronoun is this pronoun? Someone is shouting. Now, someone is shouting. We don't know that who is that someone. Is that male, female, single, double, more than one person? So the pronouns that we do not know about, the number, gender, quality, even quantity, for such kind of pronouns, we use someone, somebody, and anybody, anyone. So we call them indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns are the pronouns which are not known to us. Okay, so there are many indefinite pronouns. For example, someone, somebody, like anyone, anybody, something, anything. These are the indefinite pronouns. Okay. Okay, we will move to the next one. I wrote these sentences myself. Now, I, again, the same pronoun. Okay, subjective personal pronoun. Wrote is the main verb. These sentences is a demonstrative adjective. Myself. Now, what is myself here? Myself is also a pronoun which is reflecting back to the subject. So what kind of pronoun is this? We call this pronoun reflexive pronoun. We call it reflexive pronoun. Now, what is reflexive pronoun? Reflex is taken from reflect. It means when we perform an action, the outcome will come back to us. We call it reflect. So, if subject and the subject and object of the sentence is same person, talking about the same person, we call that one reflexive pronoun. So, reflexive pronoun are ended with self and selves. With self and selves. Self we use for the singular and selves we use for the plural nouns. For example, if it is my, then myself. If it is she, then herself. If it is it, itself. If it is plural, for example, they, themselves we use. Ourselves, ourselves. themselves, yourselves if it is plural. So we use selves with the reflexive pronoun. So reflexive pronouns are ended with self and selves, like myself, singular, like herself. If it is plural, then we use themselves or ourselves. We call them reflexive pronouns, and they are used at the end of the sentence, okay, which is reflecting back to the subject. Okay. Now the next sentence and the last sentence. I myself wrote the sentence. I, once again, same pronoun. Myself is the same reflexive pronoun. Okay, wrote these sentences. Now here, why we have used myself after the subject? Why we have used here after the subject? So whenever these reflexive pronouns are used after the subject, we call that one emphatic pronoun. Or we call it intensive pronoun also we call it. Now intense, you know, intense, okay, something which is done in deeply. Emphatic, what do you mean by emphatic? Emphatic, it means when we emphasize more, when we stress more. In that case, we call them emphatic pronouns. So here, see, I myself wrote the letter. We are emphasizing, when we emphasize more, then we call them emphatic pronouns, and their location is after the subject. So the same pronouns which ends with the self and selves, if they are used after the pronoun, we call them emphatic or intensive pronouns. So these are the kinds of pronoun. I hope you have understood the pronouns and the kinds of the pronouns. If you have any kind of confusion, any question, you can comment me below in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice time.